Loading a 7 billion parameter model takes 28 gigabytes of VRAM. Fine-tuning. That same model takes 112. Your RTX 4090 has 24. So either fine-tuning is only for people with data centers or the number is wrong. It's not wrong, but there's a way around it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the 112 becomes about 5. 3 techniques get us there: LoRA, QLoRA and DoRA, each one built directly on the gap the last one left open. Most tutorials hand you the config and move on. We're going the other way, starting with where the 112 gigabytes actually goes. Because once you've seen that breakdown, these 3 stop being techniques you memorize, they become the obvious thing to do. You could derive them yourself. Let's break the number. Here's the part almost nobody explains. Loading a model means storing its weights. 7 billion parameters, 4 bytes each in full precision, 28 gigabytes, fine. But training needs 3 more things. Gradients, 1 per parameter, another 28 gigabytes. Then the optimizer, Adam keeps 2 running statistics for every single parameter. Momentum and variance, that's 8 bytes per parameter, 56 gigabytes. Added up, 28 plus 28 plus 56, 112 gigabytes. And that's before activations. Now look at what dominates. It isn't the model. The weights are a quarter of the bill. 3/4 is gradient and optimizer state. And you only pay that on parameters you're actually training. So the question stops being, how do I compress the model? It becomes, how few parameters can I get away with training?
Answer that, and 3/4 of your memory problem is gone.
That's LoRA, low rank adaptation. Freeze the original weights, every one of them. Instead of updating W0, you learn a separate small update and add it on top. The trick is how that update gets stored. Normally, it's a full matrix, same shape as the original, no savings at all. LoRA factors it into 2 skinny matrices A and B. Instead of one big D by D matrix, you get D by R and R by D, where R is small, 8, 16, 64. Multiply A and B back together and you get something the same shape as the original update, but you only ever store and train A and B. That's a fraction of a percent of the parameters. And because the frozen weights need no gradients and no optimizer state, 3/4 of that memory bill just disappears. Exactly the 3/4 we identified a minute ago. There's a second payoff people miss. Your fine-tune is now a file measured in megabytes, not gigabytes. 1 base model on disk, 20 adapters for 20 customers. Hot swapped at runtime. That's a deployment story, not just a training one. And you can go further than swapping. You can merge, take a summarization adapter and a translation adapter and combine them into one, concatenate them, weight them into a linear combination, or merge them with SVD. One warning from people who've actually done this: merged adapters inherit behavior, not just capability. Merge a chat adapter with one that was trained to stop after a single sentence and your chat model starts answering in 1 sentence. The fix is waiting. Give the adapter you care about more influence or switch merge methods, but you will have to test it. Now the honest part. 2 limits worth knowing before you commit. LoRA struggles on tasks that need substantial changes to the model's internal representations. If you're teaching genuinely new behavior rather than adapting behavior that's already in there, low-rank updates may not have the capacity for it. And rank R is a real hyperparameter, too low and it can't learn, too high and you've handed back your savings. LoRA killed the gradients and the optimizer states, but the frozen weights are still sitting there in full precision, 28 gigabytes doing nothing but being read. QLoRA compresses them, 4-bit instead of 32. And here's what makes that work, rather than just makes it smaller. You still backpropagate. Gradients flow straight through the frozen, quantized model and land in the adapters. The base is compressed, but it is not inert. The adapters get quantized too, 8-bit down to 4. Put a number on it, traditional fine-tuning runs about 96 bits per parameter. QLoRA gets that to 5.2, roughly an 18-fold reduction. Run 5.2 bits across 7 billion parameters and you land near 4.5 gigabytes at activations, and you're fine-tuning a 7 billion parameter model on a single consumer card. 3 things make that work, and they're worth naming. First, the 4-bit format isn't generic. It's a data type built specifically for weights that follow a normal distribution, which pre-trained weights do. You get precision concentrated where the values actually cluster instead of spread evenly across a range that's mostly empty. Second, double quantization. Quantizing produces its own overhead scaling constants, 1 per block. At this scale, those constants are big enough to matter, so QLoRA quantizes the constants too. Third, paged optimizers. Memory usage spikes during training, and a spike is what kills a run at hour 9. Paging absorbs the spike instead of crashing the job. Now, the obvious objection, surely 4-bit wrecks the model. The answer is no, and it's been tested hard. QLoRA beats naive 4-bit quantization outright and matches 16-bit fine-tuning on benchmarks. It's how a 4-bit chatbot got fine-tuned on 1 GPU in 24 hours and benchmarked close to ChatGPT level quality at the time, on 1 GPU in a day. So if QLoRA solved memory, why is there a third technique? Because LoRA still trails full fine-tuning on quality. DoRA asks why, and the answer is genuinely interesting. Any weight matrix carries two separable things: magnitude, how strong it is, and direction. What it actually does, track how those two move during full fine-tuning, then track them during LoRA, and the learning patterns don't match. Full fine-tuning adjusts them independently. LoRA is forced to move them together. So DoRA splits the weight explicitly. Magnitude gets trained directly as its own small parameter. Direction gets the LoRA treatment low-rank update. The result is consistently better than LoRA across language tasks, visual instruction tuning, and image text understanding. And critically, no additional inference latency. It merges back into a normal weight matrix before you serve it. You pay nothing at runtime. Cost of trying it in Hugging Face Peft, set use DoRA to true in your LoRA config. One line. So which one do you actually use? 2 or more A100s, and quality is the only thing you care about. Full fine-tuning still wins. It's the ceiling everything else gets measured against. 124 gig card, and you want swappable adapters per client or per task, LoRA? One consumer GPU and a base model too big to fit. QLoRA. That's most people watching this. Already on LoRA, quality isn't where you want it, and you can't take an inference latency hit. DoRA, one line to test it. Screenshot that, then one warning before you go. None of this is free. Ranked tuning is genuine work. You will run sweeps. Quantization is not lossless. It's a bet that the loss doesn't matter for your task. And on a hard enough task, that bet loses, and LoRa's real ceiling stands. If your task needs the model to fundamentally change how it represents things, no amount of clever factoring fixes that. Full fine-tuning exists for a reason. What these three actually did is move fine-tuning from a data center problem to a desk problem. That's not a small thing. Next video, the stage everybody skips. Why your loss curve is lying to you.